Winning one UFC belt is a gigantic achievement for any MMA fighter, let alone winning 2 belts, and that too in only 7 promotional fights.
Who the fuck has ever won 2 world titles quicker than that guy? I mean, nobody.
Never.
That's the caliber of the Brazilian powerhouse who goes by the name of Alex Pereira.
Guys, you feel like you know him. Alex Pereira has still only been here for 2.5 years, bro.
Seriously.
It's been 2.5 years, and the dude's already had 2 UFC championships.
Now, life wasn't always a bed of roses for Pereira. The dude was once an aimless wanderer lost in the slums of Sao Paulo. Today, he's won bouts, and he's looking to vanquish a 5th one at UFC 300. That guy is the hard-hitting Jamahal Hill, a former champion who vacated his belt due to injury, and he has now set his sights on soaring to the highest peaks once more.
I'm talking about striking.
Oh, you gonna knock him out?
Yeah, bro. I got it.
Will Poeton make Hill crumble with his stone hands? Or will it be sweet dreams for the reigning champion? Let's dive deeper into this clash of titans to find out. After an uber-successful career in kickboxing, which included a couple of high-profile victories against Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira focused his energies on MMA under his belt. He entered the UFC middleweight Shark Tank, where he kicked things off with a couple of stunning wins. In only his 3rd fight, Pereira locked horns with Sean Strickland in a title eliminator, and he defeated the noisy American in half a round. In his 4th UFC fight, the big Brazilian battled his arch-rival, Israel Adesanya, at UFC 281, where after 4.5 rounds of back-and-forth war, Pereira ruined the Nigerian-New Zealanders' after-party with a technical knockout for the ages. Adesanya would eventually exact his revenge 6 months later and send Pereira up a weight class.
I'll say Pereira is a special human being, not just a fighter, special human being. He's got a special ability when it comes to putting people to sleep. He can do it to anyone, hunting me down, getting hunted, and then going up to 205 now and looking to claim a 2nd belt.
At 205, a win over Jan Błachowicz would earn the Brazilian a vacant title shot against Yuri Prochazka. And guess what? Pereira would win that too by knocking the Czech Republic star out. 7 fights, 6 wins, 2 UFC belts. Life's already great for Alex Pereira, but if he can add another former UFC champ to the list of his vanquished, it will surely take things up a notch. Taking out a beast like Jamahal Hill won't be easy, however, because this man has been on an absolute tear since joining the UFC in 2020. In 8 promotional fights, Hill has won 6 times with a crushing defeat at the hands of Paul Craig and a no contest. His most recent win came against Pereira's best friend and mentor, Glover Teixeira, at UFC 283, where Hill secured the light heavyweight title by dominating the veteran and showcasing the improvements to his skill set. But as unfortunate as it may sound, Hill tore his Achilles tendon a few months after winning the belt, while he was playing basketball. And like Prochazka, he upheld the Bushido Code by vacating the title and letting others try their luck for it. Hill could have chosen to sit back and let the UFC organize interim fights and other lackluster spectacles, but he opted for the higher moral ground, and he deserves immense respect for his decision. They say good deeds never go unrewarded, and that rings true for Hill, who will headline the biggest event in UFC history against the scariest dude on the roster. Yep, whether you like it or not, Pereira is an absolute monster inside the cage and an absolute star outside of it.
He's very cerebral in his thoughts or his approach to the game. Doesn't over punch, doesn't over kick, and he picks people apart. And obviously he's got power. We saw that with the numerous knockouts that he's had. But yeah.
The kickboxing specialist has some of the meanest low kicks in the game, which can chop anybody's legs down like timber. He's adept at taking charge as the aggressor, or fighting defensively when needed. He's technical, he's precise, and he has vicious knockout power in his hands. especially in that left one, which has reduced a number of sturdy fighters into mere molecules. Pereira's striking is world class, particularly his ability to vary his rhythm and blend kicks with punches. The Brazilian possesses a lethal combination of fists, notably his jab, cross, overhand, and left hook that is gifted with the touch of death, which has slept guys like Sean Strickland, Israel Adesanya, and Yuri Prochazka. The big Brazilian is an excellent counterpuncher, and he loves to catch his opponents off guard. The only chink Pereira may have in his armor is his wrestling, but 1, he's consistently working on improving that part of his game, and 2, Hill ain't no Khabib. Neither will the American go for takedowns, nor will he have much success with his wrestling, because Pereira has proven time and again that he's a tough cookie to crack on the mat. I mean, if Jan Blachowicz struggled to keep Pereira on the mat for a significant amount of time, what makes anyone think Hill will have success on the mat? The fight will likely be an all-out striking contest, which means Pereira will have the edge. But that doesn't mean we should underestimate Hill.
Boxing, and I didn't do kickboxing. You know, this is a completely different sport. Kickboxing is kickboxing. MMA is MMA. I've been doing MMA for years. And whenever I do fight him, standing, I will knock him out.
Standing tall at 6 feet 4 inches with a reach of 79 inches. Hill's physical stature alone makes him a dangerous opponent for Pereira. He's big, he's tall, and he has the same reach as Pereira. But what makes Hill a far more dangerous test than Pereira's past opponents is his speed, precision, and technical ability. Hill is a very capable striker with great positioning and a variety of tools in his arsenal. For instance, strikes to the midsection that are worth gold. Hill also does a great job of slipping his head off the center line to evade strikes while setting up his combinations. An impressive aspect of Hill's fighting style is his ability to counter kicks with punches and use his opponent's momentum against them. Against St. Preux, for instance, he frequently replied to kicks with punches, which badly disrupted OSP's rhythm. Hill also excels at timing his shots to counter his opponent's kicks, a strategy he could employ against Pereira's calf kicks, which are going to be there and which are going to cripple the former champion if he fails to counter them. At range, Hill utilizes his right hook as a potent weapon, creating openings to land strikes or kicks. He applies consistent pressure on opponents who rely on kicks, closing the distance and wearing them down with body shots and aggressive tactics. Hill's pressure is also very calculated. He doesn't charge forward like a raging bull. Instead, he's like a leopard who hides in the bushes and only attacks when his opponent is in a vulnerable position. Moreover, he's not short of confidence either. The primary concern is that Hill is coming off an injury, and there's uncertainty regarding his current health and level of preparedness for the upcoming fight. Many believe he's rushing himself, and if that's the case, then he's in for a seriously rude awakening. You can't fight a monster like Alex Pereira at 50 or 60%, not even 80% if we're being fair. You gotta be 100% and more, and if Hill can get to that point in less than a month, then we're in for a cracking UFC 300 main event. Hill has the power to knock anyone out in an MMA fight. Pereira's chin has been cracked before, so the American has a solid chance to pull off the upset. However, Pereira is at the peak of his powers right now. He's oozing with confidence, and he is technically a lot better in an all-out stand-up affair. So unless Hill pulls a rabbit out of his hat, he'll have his work cut out for him. Who do you think will win the UFC 300 main event between Alex Pereira and Jamahal Hill? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel and turn on those notifications. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.